if you don't like Xbox's new power saving, new environmental option, you'll think, oh, maybe you'll turn you. But we all know Sony. When it comes to consoles, of course, he does become a PC gamer, but I ain't doing that. Modern gaming is not good. It just doesn't give me the same thing that old games used to bring. For example, like the GameCube, you know, and of course the DS, the 3DS. I know a lot of people be angry with this, but the 3DS has worse games than the DS. Obviously, look at the Mario Party games, the worst. Okay, Mario 3D Land was actually good. I can actually go over why the 3DS has worse games than the DS, but original God of War director calls out, if you do not like this horrible game called Forspoken, because it's a horrible game, okay? If you do not like Forspoken, you're racist. Simple as that, okay? You know, and I don't like the game. I've never played the game, but I don't like the game because we take one look at the graphics of the game. Okay, it looks like they just sloppily put the game together. And you look at the trailers for the game, it looks way better. Okay, people say, but graphics don't matter. Graphics don't matter, Cloud. You guys can come out now, okay, and tell me that the game looks good regardless of graphical quality. But again, I don't think anyone's gonna be defending a game, okay, because this is what the game was supposed to look like. Okay, this is what the game was supposed to look like. Okay. The game was supposed to look all cool. It was supposed to be this big epic game for the PS5. Okay. But the game looks worse. Okay. And of course, some people could say it looks amazing, it's amazing. But this could be another very divisive game. It's going to be a flop. Okay. But the game just looks bad. Okay. The game just looks bad. Okay. If you look at the trailers, it looks way better. Okay. Like, this is the graphics for the game. But if you don't like this game, then you're racist. If you do not like this bad game, you're racist. That's basically the defense. And there is no PS4 version to back up the bad graphics of the game. Okay. There was no PS4 version of this game. No last 10 version of the game. Okay. And these are the graphics of the game. Like, really. Okay. Like, this game doesn't look that good. Especially for a supposed next-gen game. Only Xbox One games, like Rise, look better than this game. Okay. Like, this is supposed to be insane graphics. This looks like an Xbox One game. This isn't, again, there's only so much you can make the graphics better, obviously. It's only so much. Okay. But this game just doesn't look good. Okay. Heck, there'll probably 360 games and PS3 games that look better than this. But you probably can find something. But it feels like this game was intended for the last generation of consoles. It was not intended for the next generation. Okay. If you look at the trailers, okay, as well, the trailer, they made these cinematic trailers that look better than the actual game themselves. Which I wish they would stop doing. It's so dumb. But how dare you criticize this game? And like, people don't like this game. And now Sony and the director of God of War I'm basically saying if you do not buy this horrible game, you're racist. That's the best defense for this game. If this is the best defense for this terrible game, okay? And I don't think it's the protagonist. Of course, it's not the protagonist for the game's failure. The game is not a good game. Okay? Look at, the graphics of the game. Okay, all you have to do is go with the game. The gameplay probably isn't really that interesting either. Okay? I bet certain Elden Ring game. I've bet games like Elden Ring. But this is Forspoken's graphics. Like, it doesn't look that great. Like, it's like really, they didn't really make this game. They didn't really spend to make this game look good. Okay, make this look breathtaking and beautiful. They just sloppily put together this game. Like, at close up, the game actually looks okay. Like, this is just okay. Okay. But this looks bad. This game just looks bad. It looks like this here. But how dare you not like this game? Okay. Even the critics don't really like this game. The critics don't really like this game. Okay. Like, the gamer. Are they racist? Okay. Is the gamer racist? Forspoken has too many cutscenes full of bad writing. Oh, no. Forspoken, no, game is racist. Okay. The game's full of bad writing. The game's just a bad game, has bad graphics, Vix, bad TAA, and it's full of cutscenes. It's basically, not a good game. Okay. It's a mediocre game. Okay. Yeah, this is basically Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for PS5. Okay. Why I'm comparing this game to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Because this game has the same types of issues that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has. Okay. And people say, I get people were angry at, and people have every right to be angry at Game Freak for Scarlet and Violet, okay? It's unacceptable the game performs the way it does. But then we're gonna go and defend Sony because, this game has a black protagonist. Like, nobody gives a shit about that stuff, okay? And the game has poor performance, awful graphics, which it has awful graphics, fix. And I get you have the people who will probably come and defend that gameplay matters over graphics, but this game also has terrible writing. This game also has too many cutscenes. The game probably is just bland and boring. Not interesting. This game's not interesting. Okay? This game is just Sony lost Elder Scrolls. Okay? Because Microsoft bought Bethesda. So they made this game as a cheap imitation of Elder Scrolls. And it didn't work. Nobody bought this game. Okay? This is Sony's way of saying, hey, you remember Elder Scrolls? I know you can't buy it on the PlayStation anymore because Microsoft bought Bethesda. But here you go. Here's Forspoken. A game that is just complete garbage. And it's supposed to be like Elder Scrolls. Like, really? This is the game that's supposed to be the PlayStation Elder Scrolls? Like, really? Forspoken is not a well-written game. Okay? And, it's just such a bad way. And people say, but the gameplay will matter. It's the same with The Last of Us Part 2. Some people love The Last of Us Part 2 because they like the gameplay. They don't really care about the story. There are people who just like the gameplay of a game. They don't give a shit about the story. But then, even if the game isn't well written, also, you had the performance issues and you had the bad graphics. At least The Last of Us didn't have bad graphics and performance issues across the board. I'm talking about The Last of Us Part 2. At least that game didn't have performance issues, bad graphics, and stuff like that. Okay? Oh, this is made by Square Enix. Yeah, apparently Sony made a, contract with Square Enix to make the games exclusive to the console, which is really, really, because this game's just a failure. Okay? And just like the Crystal Protocol and Gotham Knights before, You're paying $70 for this piece of trash. Okay? And what are you getting for return? Garbage, okay? It's basically like throwing $70 down the drain. You get the same experience as Forspoken. Okay? You know. Okay, not okay. I think I'm over exaggerating. That would be Bubsy 3D being remade for the PS5, and it's still the same complete garbage game that was on the PS1. But Forspoken's just a bad game. Okay, it's just a bad game. Okay, and you're paying $70 for this game. Okay, CNN's even say it's bad. Okay, overshadowed by its many flaws. Let's see here. I guess CNN's racist. Okay. Yeah. What I liked about the characters are likable, powered abilities are fun, open world has real scale, story provides a real mystery, but we didn't know about character interactions are terrible. Dialogue scenes are your fixed in place. OPE is an inspired Sora. NPCs and enemies look bad. Oh, look at this. This is just bad. Okay. And this game is not even made. This game is exclusive for the PS5 and PC. Okay, there's no excuse for this game to look this bad. Okay, there's a lot of cut and paste. The map is indistinct. No replayability again. Not everybody really wants to, play a game twice. I don't really play games more than once. A very few exceptions. Bottom line, okay, this game sucks, basically. This game's bad. Okay. Excuse me for farting. But yeah, this game's another failure for modern gaming. Just like the Crystal Pool on Gotham Knights before. I didn't even talk about Gotham Knights. I didn't even know that game came out until like after people started making reviews for it. Like, this is just a complete waste of time. Waste of money. If you really want to play this game, just wait until this game's like $20 or $40 because I assure you this game's gonna fall down in price like Fallout 76 did and Star Wars Battlefront 2 did. This game's gonna skyrocket down in price down to like 40 to 30 around March. Okay. Maybe not on PC, but the physical version of the game, obviously. And now look at those Steam player. So currently, well, currently around 9,287 people are playing Forspoken at this current moment. But actually has been up, surprisingly, from 8,361. Probably because people are interested, because it's a new game, people are interested in seeing it. But we'll wait to see how this game performs in the next couple of weeks. Because it's another failure in modern gaming. Okay? People are only playing it right now because they're interested. It's a new game. Okay? But I wonder how that player base handles in the next couple of weeks. Okay? If it drops to below 1,000, like, in the next week. Okay? Because this game just came out yesterday. Okay? But even the critics are saying this game's garbage. Okay? This game's just complete garbage. Okay? Story, dialogue, everything. There are way more bad things about the game than there are good things. But if you say anything, okay, about this game, if you pan the game, if you do not like this game, okay, you're a racist. You're a phobe. Okay? That's basically about this. Okay? Original God of War director David Scott says, why is band panning of Forspoken driven by a-holes who clearly do not like women, black people, or PlayStation? Well, there's lots of games where you play as a woman and they sell pretty well. Okay? Tomb Raider. Okay? That's the biggest example. Okay? Metroid. I guess, well, no, all gamers dislike women. Those are outliers. Okay? those are ours. Imagine if Metroid Other M released and people just didn't like the game because it's complete because Metroid Other M is just garbage. That's what I heard. I never played any Metroid game before, but I heard that Metroid Other M is just complete garbage. Oh wait, people be calling you racist and istophobe if you do not like Metroid Other M. Even though the game is complete garbage, though. Okay, it's considered the worst Metroid game of all time, besides Federation Force, obviously. Or the whole thing about black people. If you don't like this game, you're racist towards black people as well. Even though there are games like GTA and stuff. I know GTA is not really the best example. Games like Deathloop. Deathloop sold really well. Okay. It sold so well that Sony really relied on it as the biggest game of that year of 2021. Miles Morales sold pretty well, even though it's basically the same game as Spider-Man for the PS4. But again, people love Spider-Man for the PS4 so much that Miles Morales was one of the best-selling games for the PS5. Okay. And then we have PlayStation with, again, that's really just console wars stuff as well. Okay. And if you do not like this game, and let's not forget there's all the games that can make you, where you can choose the race of your protagonist. Okay. And yeah, this is basically about this video. I think I said all I had to say. Goodbye.